Alright, welcome back. So in the last video, we had started with the change or interact part of the interacting, this two-step cycle of JavaScript interacting with HTML through the DOM, right? And basically we had covered three things, which was one was changing the text of something on the page, right? I'll refresh this. The other was toggling classes using the classless dot add, remove, or toggle functions. And third was applying style specifically through JavaScript by doing element.style.style name is equal to property, right? So in this video, we are going to see one more and the last thing for now that we're going to see is how we can change the attributes, all right, or how we can get the attributes. So for that, we can select first, let's say our A by doing document.querySelector A, which will select my first tag right here. And I want to select only the first one, and that's why I'm not using query selector all here, right? So here my first A tag is selected. And now you can do something like a.getAttribute. And in the brackets, you can give the name of the attribute you want to see, right? So what if I want to see the href? And I see it is https google.com, right? So this is the way you could access the attribute and, for checking or something. And to interact, what you could do is you could do a.get set attribute, and in this you give two arguments. The first would be the name of the attribute you want to change, and the second would be the value that you want to assign to it. Let's say I want to do https Reddit, right? And now if I see my A tag, it has href of reddit.com. And it would be logical to change the text content too. So I'll do text content. So currently it's Google. So I can change it to be Reddit here, right? And now if I click this, I get to reddit.com, right? Yeah. So this is basically how you could change some attribute, and we've currently done it for the href attribute, but you could do this for any attribute possible, right? Let's say there's this class and ID here, so there's no very big thing. Let's say I added a name to this li to this A tag for some reason, and you haven't seen the use of name yet, but don't worry, we'll get to that sometime. But for now, you can see that name is just an attribute, right? So I'll give it the name of, I don't know, Google. And if I go back here, and if I again select my A by document dot query selector A, then I can get a dot get attribute name, and that's Google. And I can do a dot set attribute name, and let's make it more descriptive by doing Google link. And now if I do a.get attribute name, I get Google link. So yeah, this is basically how you could change any attribute for any element on the page, right? Or get it and check this with something if you're doing something. That depends on your logic. There's no example that I can give for the use of get attribute right now, but mostly you could do something like to check something, right? Yeah, so this was all about the DOM that you needed to know for now. And the first thing, let's just revise. The first thing was the dot style, and you could do you could have a tag name here, and we only have A present right now, so I'll do A dot style, and then in this you could set elements properties from this, and it could be anything. You can see there's a lot of things there, right? So anyway, yeah. So first was dot styles, the next was dot class list, right? And you could add or remove classes, and toggle was the most useful one, that you could toggle classes, which means that if they're present they'll be removed, if they're not present they'll be added, right? And yeah, this is how you could do it. And the next thing was changing the text. So there were two things. Text content changes the only the text inside of it, and you try to give some HTML here, that won't work, right? That will be displayed as it is. To change the HTML, you will have to do inner HTML is equal to, and then you can do let's say another h1 here, and this says Google, and you see this becomes an h1 rather than just a simple, you know, normal text. So yeah, these were the things that you needed to know, plus this get attribute and set attribute thing for the DOM right now. And now we have learned basic DOM. We'll now have an exercise for, you know, selecting and interacting with the page, and after that we'll get to events and what events mean, how you can make events, right? And yeah, so that's it for this video. I'll see you in